My name is Judy Ng, and I'm going to present revenue management for MBR Association. So I'm an MBR secretary and trainer, and I've been working in the hospitality industry for the past 35 years, specializing in market analysis and strategic marketing. Today, we are going to talk, should the short-term rental management company and individual owners embrace revenue management? As you know, this is very important and to maximize your profit. What is your thought on revenue management? In the textbook, it is an act of skillfully, carefully, and tactfully managing, controlling, and directing the capacity and resources of the apartment, which are no matter how many numbers of apartment or rooms you have, given the constraint of supply and demand. And Google definition is an application of disciplined analytics that predicts consumer behavior at the micro level and optimize product availability and price to maximize revenue growth. Whatever it is, it needs to be proactive. And revenue management challenges, you have resource constraint and the importance of information gathering about the market. All of this will be covered in this mini workshop. Revenue management map, that's 8 steps. First step is customer knowledge and consumer behavior. Step 2, market segmentation and selection. Step 3, internal assessment, like a SWOT. Step 4, competitive analysis, analyzing your competitor. Step 5, demand forecasting. Step 6, channel of marketing. Like we have travel agent, GDS, IDS distribution, OTAs, these are all channels. Step 7, dynamic value-based pricing. Pricing your product which your customer is willing to pay. Step 8, using channels and inventory management. Now we are going to start with product analysis and room inventory. Your product. What does the customer want and need? The feature of your product, the design, does it have user experience, naming the product, branding the product, and differentiating it from your competitor. So you will have a wow factor. You have to have a careful study on the product itself. I give you an example of a hotel because I come from a hotel background and I have an inventory layout like this. All the type of rooms will be listed from suite, studios, pool views, superior, and sellable room count will be there for me to view. Bed configuration is very important, whether it's a twin, triple, king, queen, so that I know how to assign the room. And for you management purpose during peak period, I'll pick up those rooms that I can sell higher, have an impact on the profit, and the last to sell. So you have strategies for yield management. Market segmentation. 91% of marketers say behavioral segmentation is the most effective method of segmentation for their business. Let's have a look at the various market segmentation that you can deploy. Demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, behavioral segmentation, and geographical segmentation. These are the main 4 key segmentation that you can use. Demographic segmentation has to deal with the age of your customer, the gender, their income bracket, location, where they come from, are they a family situation or business people, are they on leisure, the education background, and the ethnicity. Now, this is really important because a male and a female buys the product differently. Age and gender also buy the product differently. Like, for example, a XYZ generation have different needs of a theme room. They like special design, latest design, new design, while the senior people like a conventional and traditional design. And age maybe have another differentiation is, are you catering to a youngster or to a senior citizen? Their needs are different because senior citizen will want to have what you call aids, you know, around the bathroom area. Maybe lower beds too. So you must study what type of gender and age patronize your property. Location, you may have location, different locations, hotels in different location, or your apartment in different location. KLCC, Cyberjaya, Sunway, KL City Center, Bukit Bintang, and the view you offered may be different. You may have lake view, sea view for the resort. You may have a city view for a city center hotel, garden view, pool view, and theme hotels. Nowadays, boutique hotels are very popular for theme. So you must understand location, segmentation as a segmentation to target the right customer. People who wants to come for business will not go and stay in a resort hotel. And they need to be maybe going to a convention center. They will choose KLCC, Mid-Valley hotels or apartments. And this is important to know the purpose your client is coming. Is your client coming for leisure versus business? It's also important because they have different needs. Leisure, they may bring family and they spend more time in the room. Business people want everything to be managed for them and easy access. Leisure people also tend to book earlier. If they are long haul, they book a month, few weeks earlier, because they got to book their seats and their hotel, their flights, and they are willing to wait for the best price. Business people tend to book closer to departure. You know, road warriors, they book even on the same day. They are not very price sensitive. Psychographic segmentation have to do with lifestyle. For example, your business people may want to use the gym and they look for entertainment. They have a certain lifestyle to fit them. So you need to understand what's the customer need. Opinion, customer also have a lot of opinion, like global issues. They have interest. For example, they want to come for golf. They're coming for art and shows. They will normally choose hotel that relates to them, their activities and their interests. Activity, again, there are family that brings children to swimming pool. They will need a pool, and they may have outside activity that's not inside the hotel, but you as the owner can help them enjoy their stay here by providing what is the calendar of events in the destination that they are traveling, and you can help them book tickets. You can help them book restaurants, specialty restaurant. These are people who look for activities. Social status, people who want VIP status, maybe they look for bungalow lots with less movement. So the psychographic segmentation tells you to make you understand customer profile that catch their attention, to drive them to purchase and make them loyal to your product and brand. Behavioral segmentation is understanding your customer, when they purchase, how they purchase. Are they loyal to your brand? Are they looking for loyalty program? Are they looking for benefits that they can use? And all these are in the search engine. You can see the behavior of customer, so you can customize your booking condition to such booking behaviors. Here you see their purchasing habits. They have last minute booking of rooms while traveling on business, and guests want very quick, easy access to booking, and they prefer to conduct transaction while on the go. That's why we use a lot of WhatsApp marketing business account to handle such last minute booking and get instant response. The spending habit is your client, price sensitive. They like promotion and packages. They like to buy only basic room only. And user status, you need to understand whether these are VIPs or club members if you have membership account. And are you brand? You have a brand to your product, then customers can interact with your brand or affiliate brands or product that they can enjoy being a member. Geographical segmentation is targeting your product and services based on where your customer resides. So we always study domestic first, because domestic tourism will be of importance now, because borders, global borders is not open, and you need to break down domestic into states so that you can see where your customer come from. But I can tell you mostly it comes from key cities like Penang, Johor, if you are a Care Hotel, Malacca, and maybe some East Coast or East Malaysia. So you break them down, and Singapore is, Thailand is our next door neighbor. So the frequency is much more, but you got to discount the movement if they are on transit. So if you have international market, it's good for you to know whether they come from long haul or within ASEAN market, because then you can target your advertising to this area. Now, market breakdown, for a hotel, they have more breakdown, but for a Airbnb, you maybe have only walk-in, you can do packages, you can do online, which is on OTA and brand website. But I think that you can also create new things like corporate. And corporate, we break down corporate, preferred corporate, negotiated corporate, depending on the rates. And long stay, FIT long stay, MICE, people come for meeting incentive, going to convention, and you may have a new market, which is FIT agent, because now people buying through agent, they do not mind buying room only basis, not necessary to include F&B breakfast, because due to the COVID situation, people don't want to either interact or they worry about visiting restaurants. So they don't mind forgoing their breakfast, or there is you can make packed breakfast. You can put a toaster into apartment, deliver some bread and butter and jam and coffee, tea making facilities, so they can have a basic breakfast before going to work. This is always true for corporate people. They like to take their breakfast before they reach the office because their colleague may fetch them, or they will just take the ride from the apartment to the destination office. So they have no time to take breakfast maybe. But for the travel agents, if it's a group, then the agent may bring them to designated restaurant like Bak Kut Teh or something like that, or even the Indian restaurant if it is an Indian group, to take their breakfast. So they don't really need to depend on apartment provider to provide F&B. And government GIT, their group can be small, 8 people, and even now a group minimum is 8 people to 15 people. I'm sure if you are managing a few apartments in one building, you can organize this group business or even corporate meeting. So we separate FIT and GIT apart. Market mix management is to position a hotel. The purpose is to have a target market mix that determine on the individual hotel apartment capacity, location, classification, marketing, the position, and the bed configuration. It looks something like this. So you will know that how many percent comes from that segment. And so the majority of your business, most of you will be just OTA. So if you don't go and look for your own business, your whole business will depend OTA 90%. And you'll be paying a lot of commission. But if you start to look for your own loyal client or converting this OTA first time arrival business and then convert them into loyalty client of yours, you will actually interact with them frequently, then you can have corporate, prefer corporate or your leisure client. So you have to do some marketing actually. Now, leading to demand, you have to look at the now post-COVID situation. So do they have the ability to travel first? Because government have a lot of travel restriction, and corporate travel have now come with policies. I have been doing a lot of corporate travel bidding, and last time I have to bid through a consortium and their travel desk platform. So it is an intranet display of rate, but now corporate companies tell their staff that they have a travel policy to say they can use a certain amount of money, their budget, the allowance, and so they can book directly, and most of them will book with the OTA. But if you can able to come up with some very attractive direct booking rate and top it up with a loyalty program, then these corporate company or corporate guests do not mind do a direct booking, because now what you're paying 15%, 17% to the OTA, then they will use maybe 5% to give it back to the customer as a loyalty program. Then why don't you create your own loyalty program? Have direct access to the customer and they become your direct loyal client. Okay, and while they are searching, they have a consumer sentiment. They will look at what are they looking for in terms of rate sensitivity, location of the hotel, and they will search in the reviews. So they will look for opening new hotels, or is there a major event happening in the area? So the search is very important. So you must be able to use your keywords to make sure that you have at least organic ranking, your own website. I would strongly advise that if you don't have your website, you better have your website now, because this is a short run. Beside Facebook marketing, in your website, you can do a lot of direct marketing. You have 5 channels to use. You use Facebook marketing, Instagram, direct brand website, WhatsApp marketing, email marketing. So it's best if you don't have the expertise. Now we can outsource digital marketing to people who are expert in managing your website. It is just only like a monthly fee. They will take care of everything. You don't have to hire a graphic person, IT tech person, you know, and everything will be done for you. Then they will book the hotel, airlines, and the cancellation policies. So I think we have very few people. Now we have how many people? Doesn't matter. There's no need for. You want to take group photo?
Yeah, I think Judy, maybe you can proceed to finish first. Yeah.
Okay. You have any question to ask at this point, or else I'm going to continue? So far, you can understand them. I think I continue. Huh? Next, we are going to have to learn about internal and external measurements on revenue strategies. The most important one is competitors analysis and the able to do forecasting of demand. This is especially important to reservation front office and sales. In the hotel scenario, or in any scenario in business, you have to plan strategies. So you have a budget done for the year, and you have goals, analysis, and your budget, sales budget. So the strategic marketing framework is, it follows your mission and vision and brand positioning, your value positioning, and your client persona. So as I've discussed, you have already studied customer behavior, market segmentation, and now we are going into competitors analysis and sales forecasting. So the analysis will be analyzing your product, your SWOT and market segmentation, study market condition. Then, of course, you study competitors analysis, client satisfaction, review and loyalty, and the employee engagement. Your strategy will come after you know all this analysis. Then you have a brainstorm on strategic planning, create an action plan, establish KPI, and all this will be communicated throughout the team, the whole, all the staff, right? So you have a KPI done, your goals, so you see whether you can reach your KPI or you need to re-strategize to overcome challenges along the way. Now, external measurements has to do with competitive set and SWOT analysis. So how do you do study your competitor set. This is a competitor analysis, okay? So you need to identify your target market. This is your target market. And the target market comes from your market segmentation of studying your customer persona. Then list of product like location, the views, the amenities, star rating, operation hours. I've also gone through this. You must understand your service and brand, because you are going to do a brand positioning in the market. You must understand what channel are you using to market. As I mentioned earlier, there are 5 channels. Through the OTA is one channel. Your own brand website is another channel. Your WhatsApp marketing, Instagram, and Facebook, email marketing. These are all channels of marketing. You also look at current and past strategies on your campaign. Of course, you list your competitors. This will be the first one, yeah? Okay. So you list your competitor, your own property and competitor A, B, C, D, E. Then these are the information of number of rooms and which year open, did they do a renovation, star category, and what the market segmentation you have is patronize them. Their room rate you can check from online, or maybe if you go out for a sales call, you meet some very regular client, very key corporate account, you may want to ask, what does the competitor provide, the rates to them? And these are the key account. You got to list maybe very regular corporate or even regular individual account, okay? So you study your corporate in detail. SWOT analysis. SWOT is strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. So if you have an internal strength, it's the uniqueness and positive feature of your property. It can be an apartment. Your internal weaknesses, you got to list your internal fault and pains that are within your control. External opportunities is you have to gauge competitors' business, review, and marketing strategy, which you like to also emulate, copy. And you got to identify new market segmentation, accounts, trends to grow your business. External threat is something that you won't be able to manage, but you can mitigate the risk, control the risk. Like government regulation says, you got to practice SOP. So you need to come up with a video or some message to your customer to say that you have, you are in line with customer regulation, you have SOP in place, you sanitize, or you are in a clean Malaysia hotels group. That is a certification. And also economy, whether does the economy now with the COVID affects people's ability to buy 5-star now or travels as frequently, and technology use, people are cashless, virtual, contactless. So I think that the next move that is so important in this industry is to go contactless. And supply chain, it may affect your supplier, the ability to supply the goods and services to you, and study the consumer trend. So this is just an example of a SWOT analysis. You can lay out and really look at it and study it. So you have to monitor your competitor and evaluate regularly, even though once a year, but even you can do half a year. So there may be some product improvement your competitor is doing. With COVID, post-COVID, they may put in certain things, and the property has change of ownership. Change of ownership have changed direction. They come up with fresh sales campaign, rate change, and even salespeople leaving and moving. It affects the property performance. So all these things you keep in mind to do a study and keep record of them. Now, forecasting and demand. You have limited inventory, so you have to forecast. I think if you got one apartment, then it's easy, but you still need to do some yield management on your one property. But if you have more than one apartment, you've got 20 units, you need to do forecasting on seasonality and seasoned traveling. But when there is demand, then there's no constraint. The hotel can market easily, and during peak period, you have to put in all the constraint and threshold policies. So where's the demand when there are plenty of supplies in the market? Now post-COVID, there is everybody is going back to zero base. You cannot really go back to your old record to look at arrivals because there is no international travelers, and the demand and trend change now, so you got to be very updated. So what will affect you, as I discussed earlier? Political factor will change demand. And for example, the government give SOP, give travel advisory. So you look at the political factor, economic factor, do they have the money to travel? How frequently they travel? Social factor, can they go in as a family, as a group? Behavioral, as I discussed earlier. Environmental and climatic factor, this is more for overseas, yeah, but still if it rains in East Coast, then there will be an environment factor to a resort. And festive and cultural factor, people come for interest. Technology factor, as I say, go digital, yeah. And legal factor. Legal factor means like certification, that you are certified, sanitized, you have My Sejahtera, you know. So demand forecasting, you have to look at lead time. One of the factor that is lead time. Different market segment have different length of lead time. For example, if it's a long haul, then it may be 3 months to a month. If it's domestic, it can be a week or even same date. So lead time is an important demand forecasting, and room availability is another one, and seasonality and major events is another. So I have a 3 months drawn up, something like this. You can look on the left hand side here. So you can see on the book, you have this, because this is August itself, so the on the book is quite high. They already got 68.3%, and then you will forecast to close at 82%. So you tentatively still have 7.8%, but your budget is 87.5. So you will have a variance minus 5.5. So against last year, you don't do very well because last year is 96.7. So you can do a summary of forecast 3 months to see what is coming forward. For group booking, you can do a chart like this, Excel format. So you have July, these arrivals, and you can see that the pickup is towards end of the month. So if you look at this figure, you can tell whether you have enough rooms on your lead-in category. Yeah, this is the summer month, so the pickup is very high. So tactical rate management have to do with rate structure and dynamic pricing. So rate structure, you have a pricing principle already laid out by the management based on value of your product and cost per room, cost per unit, and competition have base price and what are the values. Then you do a price positioning. You take out a price structure, which I will show you later, and then you have tactics like packages during low and high season. You got discounting or discounting on the lead-in room or room-only basis, you know. So you always start with the lowest price in the off-season as your entry rate. Then you move up to the seasonality, like weekday rate. Weekday rate will be higher for a business hotel, and weekend rate is the lowest. But if for a leisure hotel, it's the opposite. It will be weekend rate higher, and weekday rate starting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday will be lowest. So then it start pick up on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you must understand your own product to do a pricing strategy, okay? Then you adjust the rate according to need, low, mid, and high, or during weekday, weekend, room only rate, room with breakfast rate, offering different pricing structure or minimum stay as a one of the conditions. So you can multi-tier your rate structure according to room size, location, like is this a resort hotel, city hotel, according to the view, according to what amenities you have in the room. Like for example, this is a suite room or this is a ladies room, and it has different theme, like unique selling point. So you got to break down your rate structure according to the product. So you have multiple products to suit different market, apartment, room, configured to suit the target market. So you got to show the uniqueness of your property. Maybe you're running co-living facilities, and whatever you do, try not to have too many room types because your customer cannot remember. It's not focused. So you have, let's say, basic room to the suite, and in between maybe another 3 or 4 products. If not, you will list so many categories in your OTA. They also do not know how to book. They will get lost and they will just say book the cheapest. If not, they may make it wrong. So some of the supplement income you can do is having additional bed and interconnecting room. Sometimes seniors need caregivers room. So then you have corner room that you can put a day bed, you know, and you can generate income by even doing booking tickets and F&B outside the hotel for them. So of course you observe rate parity. Rate parity is a legal agreement between a hotel and the OTA. So you are trying to oblige to provide the same rate for the same room on all online sales channel. And of course, rate parity agreement prevent hotel from undercutting OTA on pricing. But what you can do is you can offer value add. You have loyalty program. You got seasonality discounting, promotional rate, redeem discount through vouchers and things like that. This you can do on your own direct marketing, which the OTA cannot say that you did not practice rate parity because these are under selected closed group marketing. So this is a sample of a rate structure. It starts with knowing your product listing here, even to the measurements and a bed configurations. So then you have a bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. Bar 1 is normal day, weekend, and bar 3 super peak. And then you have other segmentation rate structure here. So in a glance, you can see all the different rates where you can cascade down to the cheapest. Of course, extra breakfast and bed is here. So you can change these rates accordingly and blast it out to the front office reservation and sales and GM. Everybody understand your rate structure at one go. You can do a dynamic pricing rate structure where you have a need, low, mid, and high. So these are the rates that you are going to publish out. Okay, now, what are the recovery strategies during post-COVID? You need to know whether there's a change of demand. Is there a pickup? Why is there a pickup? Where does it come from? And the market pricing strategy, is it there's a movement in price, movement in staff? People are using channels of marketing. They have channel manager. Maybe you don't have. It's much easier to control all the rates. So you have to keep all this plan in check and view and review frequently. Sometimes I review it on a weekly basis with my team. So try to practice digital marketing. You can do search optimization, which you can do organic ranking. If you like to buy pay-per-click, then you can do advertising. You do social media marketing through Facebook and the other social media accounts. You can use influential marketing, book live. You can do virtual tour. Now people can come to a hotel and shoot virtual tour, upload into your website, upload into the Facebook, have your website done up, fresh and clean, and do a video shooting wherever you can, upload to YouTube, and do fresh, refreshed photo shooting. Try to have a loyalty program. Now you can engage to have a loyalty program, CRM, quite reasonably. If you have any information that you need, you can contact me directly. I do partners with a certain provider. You can choose, okay? So be prepared to quickly respond to changes and cut the red tape. Not like you have to wait more than 24 hours. You will miss the boat. You'll miss that piece of business. And use this downtime. Still is a downtime now to quickly reevaluate your business, automate your process, train your employee. I think training and automation is two of the most important thing that you should do in this new era post COVID, and try to develop new product, be flexible in pricing. Don't put so many fences, policies for people to book, because you do not know when they will close down again. And look out for new opportunities, what you don't have, which your competitor is enjoying, you know. So trying to put a budget for digital marketing. As I say, last time we budget 3% for conventional marketing, but I think that you should put more in digital marketing. Upgrade your website. Social media marketing is of importance of this moving to the future. The next topic that we'll be delivering from MVR is how digital marketing will benefit your business, especially post pandemic in the hospitality industry. We will invite a few speakers to give you a insight on digital marketing. So, yeah, think about this digital marketing benefit in business during the post-pandemic. So I come to the end of the presentation. So if there's a Q&A, please let me know. I'm here to help you.